Welcome back to the Rams Active channel. As always, I'm your host Rune, and today I'm starting a new series, which randomly just thought of it, and so I said, why not? But today, starting off the Connected With series, we have my good friend here first, in Tuna. Tuna, what's up?
Yo. Hey, I get to kick off a new series, man. Usually I'm setting these up, so it's weird not hosting. So it's good to see you working, man. I like it.
Yeah, exactly. For those of you who are in the Rams Active Know It All, whatever, this is the first time I'm doing something on my computer before my main machine. With my phone here now. I'm all professional, so I got a computer.
Upgraded.
And we're starting some quality stuff. So we got a little. I call it the Connected With series. It's kind of just going away from just talking Rams and more just talking, just about kind of just talking life in general. Just talking about how you got started up on social media, sports background, just stuff like that. Stay tuned. We'll see how this is. But starting off here, just kind of tell us about a little bit of your background, Tuna. Just kind of, have you played any sports? Where you based in? Stuff like that.
Give you my social, my blood type. You can get everything today, bro. Yeah, I'm from originally Stockton, California. Shout out 209, Mudville, Galveston, Central Valley, California. Shout out to all my friends back home. But that's about, if you're from Los Angeles, like 5-6 hours north, closest to Sacramento. It's like literally right in the middle of California. If you look at the map, you get that big Central Valley right in the middle, just east of the Bay Area. That's where we're from. If you want to know what Stockton's like, it's phenomenal Vietnamese food, some of the best pho you'll ever have. People are generally really nice there. Like, we get a bad rap because Glockton and Time Magazine had us as most miserable city in like 2010. Like, it has a lot of financial and crime hardships, but the people, like the regular people, man, and some of the nicest folks, like some of my best friends, nicest people that I've ever met are from there. Now I live in Los Angeles. I'm out here in San Fernando Valley, covering the Rams independently and just trying to live that good old LA life, man.
You heard it here first. Los Angeles-based Rams creator. That's always nice to see because you're kind of just in the loop with LA, just itself. But how long have you been making content on social media? I know you've been growing, but how long have you been making just social media content just as a whole?
When I say it out loud, it doesn't sound that long. It started in 2023, right? I did the math in my head. 2023. I started my YouTube channel, started uploading videos. My recommendation to anybody who makes content: don't ever look back at your first stuff. Like, don't do it. Like, it's cringe. It's cringy as hell. Don't do it. But 2023, I wanted to start doing content on the Rams, and I didn't really do the Instagram stuff. Like, I would post like, hey, I did this thing, and it's jarring, and it's almost embarrassing. Like, as an adult, because you're telling all your friends are like, oh yeah, I got a little podcast, I do this thing, and first thing that was going through my head was like, man, everybody has one now. Like, what the fuck am I doing? And I started because I just, as a fellow football nerd, I consumed a lot of different creators and podcasts and just across the league. And I got really tired of seeing like clickbait, and I got really tired of seeing like people taking like, hey, there's one thing happened, like, hey, this guy got cut. Okay, cool. It's like the 56th guy on the roster. It's like not a big deal. And then somebody will make a 30-minute video about why it's the worst mistake they've ever made. It's like, all right, like, that's not, like, football is fun. Football is about stories and the people, and like when you're sitting at home with your family, like everyone's yelling at the TV and everyone has their memories. Like, do people really want to sit and listen to like 30 minutes about you guys suck? And like, I wanted it to be more fun, and I kind of started from there. I did a real quick like player bio on Ricky Byron Young, or then Ricky Byron Young at the time, and he liked it and shared it on his Instagram, and I got hyped. I was like, oh, that's like, damn, I got motion. I could do this. And I just kind of kept building momentum, and to the point where, like, yeah, I moved to LA to do this more full time and like make this a profession. And it just started with an idea. like genuinely, I looked across the landscape, and this is not a shot at any of my friends. Like there's some terrible creators that like really not a fun job for, like on other teams. And I looked at them and I said, I can do a better job. And I kind of put myself to the challenge. And now here I am, like 3 years later, trying to not do a bad job myself.
Yeah, it's cool seeing you. There's a lot of people who push, especially when it's more short form content rather than like podcasts, like full episodes, where they kind of, I would say it's a little bit quantity over quality with them. It's kind of, they post something, it's not well thought out. It's kind of just, there's a couple of flaws in there. And it's just, sometimes it's hard to watch when I would say you're more of the quality over quantity. But being an unbiased First and Tuna super fan, I would say you push out both quality with your stuff and a little bit of quantity too. I don't think I've ever stopped watching a stream and been unpleased with what I saw. So it's not me speaking as a friend. That's me speaking as a fan, because I did start out as kind of a First and Tuna fan. I was kind of just like a little, I wouldn't call myself a First and Tuna regular. When I first started watching, it was kind of like I was more of just a Jake Ellenbogen guy, because I got like, that's who kind of like made me
start. Jake.
Yeah. Shout out Jake. But I started learning like lingo. Like I didn't know what 13 personnel was, didn't know any of that. Which is kind of stupid because I played football. But obviously that shows I was more of the kind of goof around at practice and not do anything in the games kind of player. But no, I was a First and Tuna listener. And then actually, I don't think anybody knows how we actually like met, but I was at training camp last year.
Mm-hmm.
I was a First and Tuna Instagram follower, and I remember seeing him walk around. He was interviewing people. I'm like, is that Tuna? And I think about it, I'm like, yeah, that is Tuna. And then Tuna's walking by. He's saying hi to everybody. I'm just like, hey, what's up, Tuna? I remember, I'll never forget this. Like my first like actual like interaction, like speaking to you like one-on-one. Mm-hmm. I say, hey, what's up, Tuna? You take about 2 steps past me, and then you stop, and then you turn your head. You're like, you just Tuna? I'm just like, yeah. He's like, how you know who I am? I'm like, dude, I follow you on Instagram. And you're like, dude. Dapped you up, just talked about stuff. And you actually included me in your interviews that you're doing at training camp, which were meant for kind of the younger crowd. Kind of
was for the kids. It was for the kids and the families.
5-10-year-olds. So you just have 16-year-old Rune on there, just be like, yeah, Puka Nakua, I love you. And yeah, that's kind of just, that's how me and Tuna met.
That was, I will say, I do remember that. I do remember that because I went out there and it was like trying to burn time. I was there super early, and I'm under no like right now, like I have a decent following and it's fun, and I can go to tailgates and hang with like every tailgate group and have fun and know somebody. But like even last year, like obviously smaller, and I'm never assuming like oh, you should know who I am. So yeah, like somebody just said my name. I'm like, the fuck do you know me? Like what? Like I'm never gonna assume somebody's seen my stuff, because at the end of the day, bro, I'm just a regular like dude. I'm just unk status at this point. But no, that was dope. And since then, now look at you, bro. You're a journalist. That's sick.
I couldn't have, because at that point, I was running an Instagram page. I don't know whether to be ashamed of it or not, but it was I wouldn't really call it a media outlet kind of or not an outlet, but like a journalist kind of thing. I shit you not, my Instagram account's name was Puka Nakua Lover 12.
That's right.
And the picture was just Puka Nakua's like professional NFL headshot that they do every year.
Those are funny though. I love those fan accounts. What are they called? Are they called like worship accounts? Is that what they're called?
I didn't want to use worshiper.
They're so cool.
Like some people are very religious and kind of would like take it, be like, oh, why you? Like I didn't want to be that. I said lover because I love Puka Nakua. Like who doesn't? My parents don't, because God bless them, they're 49er fans. But I was Puka Nakua lover. I still am Puka Nakua lover. I don't have the account anymore because I got banned. Somebody hacked me and tried selling something to people, so I got banned. But that was what I would say a blessing in disguise, because then I get banned. I have to build up from 0 followers. Like I have to like all right, well, I can't be Puka Nakua lover anymore. So I have to think of like a name. Then I have to start with 0 followers, follow back my friends, to start appearing on stuff. Like I went on your stuff a couple of times, kind of got my follower count up a little bit, and then it's just kind of just been like a slowish kind of, I wouldn't say a grind kind of thing, but it's just been a build to where I'm kind of just sitting at now. And it kind of sucks because it was in the middle of the season. Like I remember, I think it was right after the Baltimore game, because I remember the Jacksonville game was the first time I like started posting about stuff. But yeah, this isn't about me. It's about you, obviously.
No, it's funny, and I do want to mention though, like I got a lot of love for those lover accounts, the worship accounts. You get and anybody watches, you've seen them. There's there. I mean, probably not him at this point. There's like Kevin Dotson over. There was a Tutu Atwell fan page, like a little fan page is dedicated to just that person. Like no matter how good or bad they do, that page ride or dies for that player. And I don't care what anybody says. That's like the purest form of being a fan and like loving. Like if you love a player, like cool, that's your guy. Like you want to see him do good. If he has a bad game, yeah, he's gonna bounce back because of course, like it's Kyron Williams. Of course, he's gonna bounce back. Like there is something into that I think it has a lot of heart, like deep down at the trolling, because a lot of it is trolling too. But
yeah,
they love the player, man. I do appreciate it. So Puka Nakua lover, you're still there. It's still deep inside you.
Yeah, I wasn't just Puka Nakua lover. I actually went through a couple of name changes. I think my first when I first started like that account, I think I got the account off somebody. It was Jordan Whittington Worshipper.
Nice.
Somebody was like, "Hey, I don't want the account anymore. Would you like the account? I'll send you the login info. No strings attached. You don't have to send me money. You don't have to send me anything. Just if somebody wants to run this account and keep it going, you can." And me just being a guy who, I've always had a knack for creating content. Like, ever since I was a kid, like I remember just making like videos of like my stuffed animals doing stupid. Like that was me when I was young. I've always wanted to be a content creator, whether it's like stuff like that. I remember I used to play video games. I used to stream on Twitch to like 0 viewers. But I'd still talk like I have an audience of like 1,000. That's just how I had fun. When it was during the pandemic, I did that. But yeah, I've always just wanted to create content. But yeah, long story short, just got the account off the old Jordan Whittington Worshipper. I became Jordan Whittington Worshipper for about I think that whole season. I don't know, but I was Jordan Whittington Worshipper. And there was a vacancy with Puka Nakua, and I was like, well, my favorite player is Puka Nakua, and that's all I talk about. Like my girlfriend, now ex-girlfriend, rightfully so, hated me. I always talked about the Rams and stuff, especially Puka Nakua. But I always talked about Puka Nakua. She was like, "You're always talking about that damn Puka Nakua." I'm like, "Dude, I love Puka Nakua. He's he's the greatest thing since sliced bread for me." And I was Puka Nakua lover from then. And once that happened, I was just sharing my love of Puka Nakua, just hoping that because there's people like Steve Avila Worshipper. I was hanging out with him at training camp last year. Shout out to him if he's somehow watching him. He, if I didn't sit with him, I don't think I would have. See, let me show this little treasure here. I don't think I would have got the signatures on this helmet. He was the one who was like, "Hey, we got to go to the front get signatures." What was funny is when we went to training camp last year, he made Steve Avila. I don't know if you remember this at all, but he made Steve Avila. I think he got Amaze Them Pins. I think he got Vince to do it for him. Custom rug of Steve Avila. And has communication with Steve Avila, kind of just like Instagram DMs him, and they'll talk about random stuff. Made him a custom rug, and we're just talking about it. He comes up, and we're just all talking to him. Signs everybody's stuff, like signed my little helmet back there, and yeah, it was just really cool because that was like really like my first ever experience like getting something signed by like a professional player that like I really like knew who they were, and like I was like really a fan, and it's kind of just like a thing. But Steve Avila Worshipper, great dude. He's still doing stuff. I think he's going out to training camp. I don't know. Last year he got somebody spare tickets, and this year he's gonna have to get spare tickets because the second year in a row he was working and missed the sale. don't know how it
Damn.
happens twice.
They go fast, man. They go fast.
No, they do. I had to get tickets for my friends who are going to be out there watching me and you do our stuff. More on that later. But no, I had to get on there and get the tickets for the people that wanted to go to the practices. So I got like 6 tickets in total over like 3 different days. So I had to sit on there, get tickets for one day, wait in a short queue, get on there, wait in a medium queue, and then wait in like a long ass queue. Like I was waiting for like 20 minutes on that thing. But long story short, got the tickets. But I'm kind of just going on a little tangent here. We're gonna
and the fun thing with recording, bro, is you can always, when you go back and you're editing out, you're like, I don't like this part, and you just take it out, and nobody will ever know. I do it all the time.
But we're gonna transition to the next question here. I don't know. I wasn't really paying too much attention. I was paying attention, but sometimes I kind of just zone out. How did you start? Like, what was did you have a calling to actually getting on whatever platform you started on?
It's so like my background is not. I don't have a journalism background. I studied history at Sac State, so graduated from there. The focus that we did, because you can go 1 of 2 routes. Like at the time, it was more. God, at the time, I feel so old. Most people go into teaching, and so there's like certain courses and everything you're going to take for that line of like historical research. I went the other route. I went the researcher route, which was you're more catered towards working in like archives, libraries, museums, archaeological collaboration, stuff like that. I was more fascinated with the research and like the applied history type aspect. Very boring to do, but it's kind of, I call it like a pseudo English degree, because you do a lot of writing, you do a lot of like research, you do a lot of fact checking. And so from that, it kind of amplified part of my personality that is already like, I don't want to say I'm like anti-establishment type stuff, but I always had professors that showed me like, I wouldn't say, oh, the truth, open your third eye, but like, no, like you understand history for what it really is. Like history is written by the victors. What you read in a book may not be true. You need to understand, somebody being biased. Is this a reliable narrator? A lot of stuff that's transferable to all fields of media. And so you apply that to sports, you're kind of a perfect match. And like, at least for how I view myself, because a lot of fact checking, like what if you report on something that's wrong? Is it a reliable narrator? Brandon Ayuk situation right now, right? Just to give an example, cool. He can go on a 30-minute video on YouTube and talk, or however long it was, and talk about, hey, this is what happened. This guy did this, A, B, C, D. Like, hey, thank you for telling us your side. And I know a lot of people are like, he finally told the truth. It may be his truth, but you also need to look at, like, is he a reliable narrator? Is he right in the mind? Is he happy? Is he just upset? And is he giving both sides? Just like every argument in a relationship, man, there's 3 sides. There's each person's story, and then there's the truth down the middle somehow. So that's kind of my background, like where that came from. And just my love, just pure first love of my life is football. And so trying to apply something that I'm good at and that I have a passion for into my first love, combined with like early 30s, like just hating on other podcasters from other teams, where I'm like, dude, this shit sucks. Like seeing that there's almost like a really small community of Rams creators and YouTubers, and it's growing like exponentially the last few years. And just being allowed to be a part of that because of my background it's been very welcoming. Like everyone's kind of welcomed me with open arms and has like accepted me as like, hey, Tuna Pierce is somebody to listen to for some reason. Some people like me, so I still don't know why, but we're doing something right. But that's kind of where that came from, man. Like really just a pure nerd standpoint, just a lot of research. And I've done so much writing that like, I was like, I want to write about stuff I care about. And I'm going to hone it back to that all the time. It's something I tell you all the time. Like in our conversations, like if you're not doing it for love or like something you like you're not going to do it for very long. It's just going to feel like a chore, especially because you're so young. But that's where I'm at. And that's why I do it. And that's why I apart from the YouTube stuff and everything, like I care the most about my writing, because that's that's my background. That's what I love to do. So, yeah.
Yeah, so that sounds like it just perfectly like went from like you doing that in college to like, hey, I can do this, but with football, and that'll be fun. Like that's
I
just
wish it would.
perfect.
I took out some years for sure. Like I did some other shit. Like I graduated in 2017, and I didn't start until 2023. So there was a lot of years where I didn't apply it right away. Where I was just a fan, just watching, consuming, doing living life, and like worked at New York Life. I worked at a construction company. I always did content. Like I always was trying to help people, like my friends, with their marketing, like their posts. Getting better with Canva, getting better at this, and realizing like, oh, that this is a skill I have. Like I can do this pretty well, and just kind of went from there. And then that's where I applied it. Finally, 2023 hit, and I was like, man, I don't want to do these jobs. Like these jobs suck. I don't want to do this crap. I want to write for a living. And it was kind of the last chance I had in life, because otherwise I'd be like 50 trying to start, and I don't want to do that. It'd be harder.
Yeah, that's good. I like how that's something you were like. It blends perfectly well with what you're trying to do. Your college background there. Going to the next one. What are I'm not going to call it sports background, but just what teams do you support? Are you strictly just an LA guy, or do you like teams from all around the nation? I already know some of your favorite teams. One of them I don't really sit very well with. But kind of just like people. What kind of teams you like?
Man, this shit gets me in trouble all the time. But you don't want to know about my illustrious playing background in high school and one game of junior college football.
You didn't mention any of that on the first thing. You have to mention your sports background here.
Oh no, I joke about it, but played high school ball. A bunch of my boys in Stockton. I was lucky enough. I had a really good head coach, and he looked out for me a lot. Shout out to Coach Schwartz. He got me connected with Humboldt State, so I got recruited to redshirt quarterback at Humboldt State for a year, and thought I knew better. I was like, hey, I'm sitting the bench anyways. Let me go play JUCO ball down in the Bay Area with my boys, and went there. Started, played one game, and in the third quarter, blew my knee out, and never touched the field again. But from there, like I do miss practices. Like I would say, like I think every former player who has played like a little bit of high school or college will tell you they miss certain things. Like I miss practice. It's just fun, like just fucking around with your boys, like just getting good at something. It was a lot of fun. But like my sports teams, yeah, Rams, obviously, that's number one. That's unquestioned. The close second, and I say close second, and I'll explain why, is the Boston Celtics. I am a lifetime Celtics fan. People that want to know why, started when I was in middle school. My real name is Pierce, and Paul Pierce was on TV. I know, Golden State. Hate Golden State, man. Just a kid from Stockton. I didn't know where Boston was, and just I liked the color green at the time, and I had never seen my name like anywhere on anyone except for Pierce Holt, a former 49ers player, and then finally Paul Pierce. Like I'm telling you, like I'd never met another friend named Pierce. To this day, I've never had another friend or met someone else named Pierce, first name. And no, Paul Pierce was there, and I just rooted for him. And that's diehard. Like I still got an old ass Paul Pierce jersey sitting in my closet right now. Always rocking Dodgers hats. I don't watch baseball is probably my least watched sport, but I'm living in LA, and like I live and breathe the city right now. And then I recently tried picking up hockey just because, you got to fill the void in the off season, and everyone here loves their hockey more than I realized in LA. I didn't realize there was this big of a fan base that actually gives a shit about hockey, especially in California. And everyone tried telling me, root for the Kings. Kings are the way to go. Like they're former champs, and they got a history, and people love them. And I was trying to decide between them and the Ducks, and my best friend rolled in, and he's like, quack, quack. And they just got a sick logo. So as of this year, I'm a Ducks fan.
I will say one of my best friends is a Ducks fan. He's a diehard Ducks fan. I'm not gonna tell you who to root for. I will say
I will put away that Golden State. Put away that Golden State, bro. You don't need that. You're not even near the Bay.
Hell no. But you did pick the wrong LA team. You live in LA, not Anaheim. You live in Los Angeles. You don't live in Anaheim, California. I will say I really like their logo. I really like their uniforms, and they used to be a really crappy team. Now look at them.
Look at them.
They were making it happen in the playoffs.
Hey, one playoff visit.
The Kings, who got bent over by Joe's Avalanche.
Yeah.
That's like the first thing about Joe's, that I hate the Avalanche. But yeah, those are sports teams. I do like that story with Paul Pierce.
Yeah.
I'm getting more tolerant of the Celtics, just because you're not playing them in the finals anymore. You don't have to worry about Al Horford trying to kill Curry. Al Horford's now a Warrior. He just signed a deal.
Haven't watched.
Just like an unrelated thing. I know this is something you replied to me on Twitter, but how are you going to feel when the Warriors go out and trade for Anthony Davis and then get the second best player of all time, because the best player of all time, he's already on the roster, so you don't got to worry about getting.
Oh, you're a Steph.
You already got.
So Steph right now for me he's got the Kobe effect for me. We're like, I don't care how many times that we had to go to battle with the Lakers and Kobe Bryant. Like I hated to love watching him. Like it's just undeniable. Just like if I wasn't a Celtics fan, like I'm gonna have the same appreciation for like Kevin Garnett when he's playing, for Paul Pierce when he's playing, for Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown when they're playing. You just gotta respect. For football fans that want an example, I have a lot of respect for like the way George Kittle plays. George Kittle is just like a man amongst tight ends, and he's the quintessential tight end right now. But I hate the fact he's on the Niners. It's like kind of that. Steph Curry is just the greatest fucking shooter, and I hate playing against him because he has that Kobe effect for me where I don't care if y'all have nothing but 50-year-olds on that roster. If y'all somehow make it to the finals and Boston has to play you guys, I said it this past year too. I was like, look, Celtics are going on a little bit of a run. Only team I don't want in the postseason is Golden State. Like, I don't want them making it out of the West because of Steph Curry. Curry legitimately will and shoot the lights out from anywhere in the world and win a game at it from fucking nothing, and it's so frustrating. But if they make all those trades, I don't care. Like, it just, what is this, 2018? Like, what's everyone past their prime?
That team probably would have went undefeated in like 2017, 2018.
Yeah.
And for those of you watching at home,
trade for Kevin Durant too. Like, who cares?
No. But for those of you watching at home, no, I do not think Steph Curry is the greatest player of all time. He's my favorite, probably one of my favorite athletes of all time. He's definitely in my top 3 favorite athletes of all time.
He's great.
Of course, LeBron James is the greatest player of all time. I mean, I think that's well established now. Yeah, kind of just moving on from that. Moving away from sports in general, what do you like to do outside of the social media world? What kind of hobbies are you usually indulged in?
So, being in a new town now is very. I'm blessed to be able to try new things and like actually have hobbies. Like, I don't know if any of your listeners have actually spent time adventuring in Los Angeles or spent a lot of time here, like on a weekend. You can have a plan to do something and then go on so many side adventures. Some of the things that we love doing planned, and I'll explain about adventures here in a second. We're big foodies, and we just love being outside or like around people, especially when it's like sports, like the World Cup is on. So we're having so much fun. Just like, we don't even care about a team, like 2 teams playing. Where can we go to just be around fans of that country, people rooting for their team, like a big watch party? Like, we just want to be around the culture and be around the people. And we're foodies. Every other day, every other weekend, like, we're going somewhere new. We're going back to our go-to spots, trying a new dish. Just always constantly trying to be around good, unique, just the best food. It doesn't always have to be the most expensive, but we're currently hunting down the best pho and ramen spots, like that we are in our vicinity, because we want to know like where's the best of the best. Because, like I said, I'm from Stockton, and we have nothing but amazing pho, and so like I'm kind of a snob when it comes to pho. Like, this white boy is, and so we love doing that. Like, any date is always like food oriented and with the purpose. Besides that, it's sporting events. I do a little bit of gaming too. Like if I'm gonna spend a night in watching a bunch of Love Island right now, got into Ted Lasso. Finally, dude, I finally got into Ted Lasso.
My parents are watching Ted Lasso right now.
So good, and I'm pissed off I haven't watched it sooner because it's so positive and it's so uplifting. But besides that, I actually do a little bit of gaming. I should probably stream on Twitch, but I kind of keep it to myself for like my own little, your own little time by yourself or with your boys. What am I playing right now? I'll be playing NCAA when it comes out. We'll play a little Power World, and I was just playing Helldivers. I like Helldivers, man. Going, honor those at Malevelon Creek. If you know, you know.
Yeah, me, I'm kind of what you would call a simple gamer. I'm. Please forgive me. I still play Fortnite in this day and age. I just find it fun. What the hell? It's fun.
You know what? I played Fortnite last weekend with Rams Ranger. He invited me online, and we played Fortnite. We got a dub because it was all bots.
How many sprites did you get right now? You collecting sprites or not?
Man, I kept seeing those little things on the ground. I didn't know what they were. I just kept tapping X, and it was cool. I have this now.
Yeah, it's something that Fortnite hasn't done before. It's actually kind of fun. Because me playing Fortnite since the dawn of time, first when it came out.
Yeah.
It's like a game within a game. You're obviously you're trying to win the game, killing people, but there's a side objective. It's like collecting these sprites. It's kind of like Pokemon. If you're a big I heard you say you play Power World. If you're a big Pokemon guy, you'll like the new season because not only are you going around shooting people, you're collecting these sprites that are just there's common ones, rare ones, and it's kind of just a little side objective makes things fun.
I didn't understand that. I didn't understand that when I was playing it, but that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I can explain it to you more off camera. I just didn't want to go into a deep dive because it's probably
not. I'm not big in Fortnite, but if you love it, I'll listen to it. Yeah.
Yeah. Some more games I play. I have my. I know this is kind of janky. I don't have a ring light. I just turn my Xbox on and just have it kind of this radiating light toward me. Yeah. I play Forza, mainly the new one because it just came out. Forza Horizon 6.
I do like Forza.
It's just
Forza's fun.
Yeah, I'll just kick on something either music or a podcast or something, prop it up, and just drive around for hours. It's just stress relieving. Some other games I play. I don't know if you've heard of Cuphead. It's old timey. It's kind of like a platform shooter.
Come on, dog. I'm not that casual. I know I'm more of a gamer.
I don't know.
I played it 75% of the way through. Yeah, if I had to get some of the mainstream stuff, I played Marvel Rivals when it came out for first 4 or 5 months. That was pretty fun. I don't do Rocket League anymore. I haven't picked up a Call of Duty in 2 years though. I will say that. That's the one I kind of gave up on. There's just I'm too competitive. And so games like Call of Duty, Siege, I had to give up Siege. I was addicted to Siege. It was a nightly thing. I was ranked at a certain point. I had gross stats where it's embarrassing at a certain point. So I had to put it away. I had to grow up a little bit, live a real life. So yeah, I'm a gamer at heart, man. It's there. It's there.
Yeah. I will say one more game I do play occasionally. I've kind of stopped playing it. NASCAR 25. I'm a NASCAR guy. It's something where I live, Bakersfield, Kern County. There's a raceway. Race is kind of just it's kind of like a local thing. There's a NASCAR legend who's from Bakersfield, Kevin Harvick. Those who know.
Oh, sure.
But yeah, racing is kind of a local thing some people are interested in. I used to love NASCAR when I was younger. Kind of stopped watching it, and I've kind of recently picked it up again. It's just fun. And it's always on Sunday too. So those Sundays that are now empty because of no football, fill the void with a little bit of NASCAR. And while it can get boring sometimes, it does make great background noise for a nap. I will say that. So if you're looking for something to listen to while you nap, turn on some NASCAR, man. Yeah, that's a little bit your hobbies, mixed in a couple of mine too, video games. But now we're going to go to some of your favorites. And what do I mean by favorites? What are some of your favorite Rams players, moments, and uniforms, of all time? If you just had to, we'll start off with players, but if you had to just name a couple of personal favorites, who would they be? get some elite polls up in here. Let's reminisce.
Yeah, I do have. So like the easy go-to one, and I talk about it on stream all the time, is because like I've been a ride or die for this dude since Detroit days. It is Stafford. So like I don't get to talk about it enough. How kind of the little kid in me for football gets to nerd out every Sunday when he plays for the Rams, because that genuinely has been my favorite quarterback, like of this era. Like I've loved watching Matthew Stafford play, because there's a certain way certain guys approach the game, and they create stories on the field. They create legacies. They create this like hero in front of our eyes. Like that's Matthew Stafford's not a like his being is not a football player. That's his job, and how we write about it and consume it, and like that part of his life that we see. Like he's a fucking hero. But at the end of the day, he's just like he's my age. Like he's just a dude with 4 kids and a wife. And my like appreciation for the game always comes down to stuff like that. So like just feelings, like just nonsensical, like it doesn't even have to have a reason. Like one of my favorite all-time running backs that I forgot was even a Ram, so I'm gonna use him right now, was Cadillac Williams. He wasn't great on the Rams, like he barely played. Like he wasn't here for very long, but he had a stint. Like he existed. There's a photo, you could find a photo of him. Like it's hard to find, but it's there. But guys like Cadillac Williams, dude, he was so fucking good. Like you'll have no idea how good. Like if he
that's way before my time.
If he panned out, man, I really do think people would talk about him the way people talk about Gurley. Like he was special. He was a very good runner, just physical, just beast. Besides that, I do, like everyone loves Ryan Fitzpatrick. Like for the same reasons, some of the same reasons I love Stafford. I do like Ryan Fitzpatrick. You know, brief stint with the Rams, but just a journeyman. And I think just how he approached football, it just seemed like he loved it a lot. Like he just loved the game, and something like I can't have someone like escape my memory as a football fan when someone loves football that much and they get to play for that long. It's just like it takes a really special person to be able to do that. A current favorite that I don't think gets enough love is Kevin Dotson. Kevin Dotson, I mean, one cool number, like 69. Nice. And like always has the or at least last training camp, he had his hair painted into like ram horns on his hair. He loves being here. And he's got the same story where it's like Rams acquired him. Like he wasn't seen as like this high projection to be an all pro or Pro Bowl kind of guy. And ever since he's been in LA, he's just grinded, gotten better. And I would argue he's the life force of the offensive line, like the soul of it. Like definitely one of the leaders, very damn talented and outspoken too. Like he has a lot of the same political views and is outspoken to his Instagram. Like not a lot of people catch it, but if you follow Kevin Dotson, check out his stories. Like he'll post some things that are happening in the real world that like you stop and think like, okay, Kevin is a real human. Like he's tapped in, and he empathizes with people that are struggling, whether it's against a government or like a crime occurs or something's going on. He's willing to be use his platform to a minimal degree of like, hey, at least share the story. You know what I mean? But so those are some players that I first come to mind that I love, like past and present. You said moments and jerseys?
Yeah, moments.
Jerseys is easy. Like my favorite, like everyone loves the mustards, or I think everyone loves them. Do you like the mustards?
I do. Those are okay. I don't own one, but I want like 2 jerseys. I really want my collection because I don't have them. Are just a kind of throwback Coliseum era Gurley home, just blue and yellow, simple, kind of what we're rocking now with the home uniforms kind of thing. And then a mustard Gurley, or a mustard anybody. Nice. I remember looking at a Bobby Trees mustard, and I was like this close to buying.
Oh, I should have. Yeah, the mustards are like my most fun because they're loud. Like, no, you shouldn't wear that in public, but we do, and it's awesome. But my favorite is, like you said, the Coliseum days. Like, sure, we're getting closer to it, and it's kind of there because the colors are very vibrant. But the Coliseum home jerseys, the blue and yellows, those are special. Like the yellow pants, like those were the closest we got to the old LA days. And they were unique, they were fresh, they were Cali, There were LA. Anytime if you say what image pops on my head when I think of those uniforms, it's back of the end zone, the Coliseum at night, and YG is up, dapping up Bobby Trees, and I think it's Todd Gurley. I think it's Todd Gurley. Yeah, Todd Gurley. Cool, yelling at them, dapping them up. Like, that was, like, right there was the pinnacle of just, fuck, football's back in LA. Like, it's a vibe. And so that's something I think about all the time. And then moments, like a modern one, everyone loves. Like, he's got Cup again. Oh. I tell you, more than the Super Bowl, more than the last playoff runs, more than any game before or after, that Tampa Bay playoff game, that was the most anxiety I've ever had watching a football game. To watch, we're just whooping ass. You're like, yo, Rams are going to coast into the NFC Championship game, beating Tom Brady. Like, Matthew Stafford's the truth. Like, you feel the top of the top as a Rams fan. You feel exonerated because all the shit you talked all year, the November slid or the no-win November slide, and you just show up in the playoffs and you're whooping ass because you just got done beating up Arizona. And then fucking Tom Brady does Tom Brady. Like, I was happy at halftime, but in the back of my head, I'm like, okay, the game's not over. It's still Tom Brady. And then slowly but surely, that fucking black magic, that voodoo BS that Tom Brady just has over the NFL started creeping in, and then the fumble, and then the touchdown, and you're like, fuck, it's going to happen again. Like, something I watched happen for almost 20 years with Brady is happening to us, like, again. And Matthew Stafford, that's the end of the story. Matthew Stafford. Yeah, I remember, like, falling to my knees, back up, like, I'm, like, pacing behind my couch and, like, fall to my knees and just like, after that Matt Gay field goal goes through, most anxiety I've ever had. But besides that, I always think of was it Tavon Austin? I always get Austin and Bailey mixed up sometimes. The fake punt return against Seattle, where it's fair catching it, but the return's on the other side of the field, and they're taking it to the house. That's always a great one. God, what's another one? Damn. What's one that comes to my mind all the time? Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald has this strip sack. No, not strip sack. Just a strip fumble against the 49ers. Where it's just like another play, just middle of the game, kind of runs off right tackle, and then Aaron Donald just rips the ball out, and it just happens so violently and so fast and so close to the ground that even the commentator was like, oh, look like the ball came out. And then all of a sudden the Rams have it, and you're like, what the fuck? And you go watch it, and Aaron Donald is doing an Aaron Donald thing where he just arm in. That's my ball now because no one's stronger than Aaron Donald. Little things like that where it just reminds you freak of nature, like how freak of nature these guys are. And I'll give you one more to add to that. That's like not even Rams. That is like one of my all-time favorite moments. And like I remember where I was, and I think I still think it's arguably the greatest NFL moment in postseason history. It's the Minneapolis Miracle. If I had to show somebody like what football means to fans and like people, like why they love it, I would show them that play. I don't know why it just came to my head right now, but like, it's just one of my favorite all-time moments. I still remember where I was when I watched it, but yeah.
I get chills literally just thinking about that. Like literally just the atmosphere of that game-winning touchdown. Yeah. Like that's I will say after that Tampa game, I was exactly like you. I remember just sitting out in the living room, just me and my dad are watching, and Cam Akers is giving up the ball. I'm like, we're gonna lose. I remember he's got Cup again. I'm just like, I couldn't believe what was going on. And then Matt Gay kicks it, and after Meebus won the game for us this last year, I was pure like jubilation. Like I was like in my neighbor's house. I was just, yeah. That Matt Gay field goal, literally, I just take the deepest breath. Like I literally like,
yeah.
I see it's good. I'm just like it's over. It's over. We won.
We were all that. There's an old meme of a fry cook on a lunch break behind her. Like he's just sitting in the chair behind a restaurant. And he's just like slumped over. Just you can just see how exhausted he is, and he's got a cigarette in his hand. Like that was all of us as a fan base after that game.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap this up with it's gonna be a unique thing every single time, but I'm calling this question of the day. There's gonna be a different question at the end of the show every single episode of this Connected With series. And Tuna, you're kicking it off, so we're going with one that's pretty recent. So you will probably remember almost every detail. Where were you? All right, think about this for a second. Where were you when the Rams made the trade for the Myles Garrett? Where were you?
I was right here. I was in this chair. Like I wasn't waiting for it. Like it. If you remember, like the week before, or like the days leading up, there was like rumors where it's like, oh, the Rams are going to make a big trade. And then that morning people were pointing out how Myles Garrett had that trade clause, or like his contract, the guaranteed money had been moved, like dates were moved or something. And so I was sitting here writing about there's like smoke, like where there's smoke, there's fire. And sometimes it's a false alarm. Somebody just had a little brush fire, but sometimes someone's setting the fucking house on fire. Like this is real. Call 911. And I thought it was that for Myles Garrett. And so I was writing a paper, and I was on the last paragraph, literally about to add the subscribe button, hit post, and phone blows up. Not just because people were like, go tell Tuna. Twitter just blew up, Instagram blew up, and then mentions happen. Like my phone kind of froze for like a good like 20 seconds because there was just the whole fan base was just crazy. And I was happy, obviously, because I was here at the desk working. So I was like, cool, I get to report on it. But I was bummed. I was like, I just fucking spent the last hour writing about this and I can't even share it now. Like literally it's a whole article where it's like, this can happen. Myles Garrett could be a Ram and this is why. And then it happened. It's like, okay, whatever. So it was a great day though. I'll say that.
No, yeah, I remember kind of the days. I think it was like a week or a couple days before actual trade happened. I was watching a Jake Ellenbogen video. I think this was the week before. I think it was a Thursday or Wednesday because I remember I was working. But Jake Ellenbogen had a video posted, and it was, could the Rams, I think the title was something along the lines of, could the Rams shock the world by executing a blockbuster trade for Myles Garrett? And I was like curious because I'm like, yeah, there's no way to go and get Myles Garrett, but I'm going to give it a listen to see what his thoughts on how it could happen. And I start thinking about it more, and I'm just like, well, this could happen, but I don't think it's going to happen. I remember talking to my brother, funny thing, my brother is a Cleveland Browns fan. So I remember talking to him about it. I'm like, hey, I think there's a realistic chance we trade for Myles Garrett. How big that chance is, I don't know. I'm just saying that we could probably do that. He's like, I remember he distinctly told me this. He looked at me. He said, I think you're stupid. I don't think there's any reason why we should even think about trading Myles Garrett. We're not going to do that.
Oh, what a cold take.
All right. Next day, literally the next day, I'm at work. I'm sweeping up. I'm always sweeping or doing something at work. So I'm sweeping up at work. I have an AirPod in, even though I'm not supposed to. I was breaking the rules a little bit there. But I'm glad I had an AirPod in because if I didn't, I probably would have most likely missed the call. I got a call from my friend who's a Bears fan. He calls me up. I get a call, so I look at my phone, and it's getting a call from my friend Brody. So I head to the bathroom just to, take that call. Like, hey, man, what's going on? And he's like, dude. I'm like, what? He's like, dude. I'm like, what? He's like, there's no way that just happened. I'm like, what are you talking about? And he's like, the Rams just trade for Myles Garrett. And I'm just like, shut your fucking mouth. Right now. I thought he was pulling my leg. I thought he saw something from Adam Schefter, one of those stupid knockoff Twitter accounts or something. He's like
Richard Johnson.
I'm like, you're kidding. You're kidding. I said you're kidding 5 times when I asked him. He's like, no, dude, check Instagram, check Twitter. I check Instagram. First thing I see is this picture breaking, and it's a side-by-side picture of Myles Garrett and Jared Verse. And I see that. I look at the thing. It's verified. It's Adam Schefter. It's NFL and Fox. And I literally just lose my mind in the work bathroom. I'm like, oh my God. We just traded for Myles Garrett. I remember I'll always remember. Have my phone. I'm talking in the phone. I'm jumping around the bathroom. Like I'm really. We just traded for Myles Garrett. Like I'm just jumping around. Like and like I'm like almost in like a Mickey Mouse voice because I'm like from just sheer like I was like we just traded for Myles Garrett.
This excitement and shock.
Yeah, immediately.
Yeah.
I took my break like 30 minutes before I usually do. I literally I tried to like in my most like normal just walk up to my coworkers and like I'm gonna take my break. I get in the car and then I called I forgot who I called. I called JT first, no response. Called you, no response. And I called my friend Sean.
We're working.
Dude, oh yeah. And then I called my friend Sean. He's like, dude, I saw. And we're both just like, oh my god. I'm like, we gave up verse.
Yep.
And that's kind of when it started to like set in a little bit that we gave up verse. I'm like, dang, being a Florida State fan versus was one of my personal favorites. It just kind of set in, and it was kind of just then I was making my graphics. I was making a Instagram kind of reel-ish video because I couldn't post a graphic because I was working on it. So I was just trying to be like, we just got Myles fucking Garrett. Oh my god. And it was kind of just like that thing. But no, that was probably the best day of the offseason for us Rams fans. I think that's going to be, especially if you win the Super Bowl this year, that's going to be a where were you moment for Rams fans like for years to come.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm glad that was a moment that I was able to kind of just share with just being a content creator. Like that's one of the big things is because whenever something happens, you get to share what happens with your whole fan base, whether it's sad, whether it's happy, whether it's mad, whether it's anything in between. It's just one of my favorite things is being able to share stuff like that with the community. Guys, like friends I've made through doing this, like you, JT, my friend Johan, just guys like that I've met, just being able to share that with them, all just having that in common, just feeling the same way, being able to relate with them. It was just great. That just literally broke my mind. Like I was just like, oh my god. And we went to dinner for my dad's birthday. Yeah, it was my dad's birthday dinner that night, and my dad wouldn't talk to me. He just wouldn't. I think he maybe had like 3 words to say to me that whole night, and those 3 words were 3 words only. He just first time he saw me when he got home after getting off of work, he just looked at me and he made it clear. He just said, "Hey, go fuck yourself." And I'm like, got it. I will do all of that, man. We
Love
have
you too.
Myles Garrett. He still is kind of like, dude, I'll buy you a Jared Verse jersey, like literally no charge. And he's like, I don't want a Jared Verse jersey till I'm not butthurt. I'm like, fair enough. That's kind of fair, I guess. But yeah, I know that's a moment I'm gonna know and remember forever. It's a moment I'm gonna tell my kids about. I would say you feel the same way. Like that's just insane. Like that's like you got Myles Garrett. Like that Myles Garrett's one of those players where you look at him and you like watching him. And you're like, imagine if he was on the Rams, and then you finally see that come to fruition. And it's just like, wow.
So that's that star power, man, and we get to watch him at SoFi this year. I'm excited.
It's insane. Dude, week 2, Rams Giants. It's a must go. It's a primetime game. OBJ's come back to SoFi. Myles Garrett, Trent McDuffie, Jalen Watson, all those guys making their SoFi Stadium debut, and we might have the return of the greatest Ram of all time. That's something else that could potentially happen. That's not over there though. That's kind of just awaiting.
Wait and see. Wait and see.
I had fun. This is the first episode. Like I said at the beginning, it's the first episode of the Connected with series. Planning on getting a couple of guys on here. Props to you. If you stay to the end, we are going 54 minutes and strong here. Props to you.
Yeah, you're a real one.
You're a real one. But yeah, I had fun. Tuna, go and tell them where they can find you at. Do all the plug you want. The floor is yours. Go and tell them.
Thank you. No, seriously. Thank you, Rune. When you told me that you were trying to get a little bit more serious about YouTube, you constantly. I use the word bug because I used that early on when I first started helping you along your own journey. I said, make sure you bug me if you have questions, and you have constantly bugged me, and I mean that in the best way. Always asking the right questions, and so seeing you constantly take the steps to try to make your own space here in the media space here in LA is really cool. So thank you for having me on first, bro. Like that means a lot. Like that's really cool of you. Thank you. So if anyone wants to find my content, we're usually posting a lot of stuff on Instagram, social media, or Twitter. On Instagram, we're first.and.tuna. On Twitter, it's just first and tuna, all spelled out. And then we're right here on YouTube. Just type in First and Tuna. You see us streaming all the time. Me and Sheriff Joe Baggs. We're doing it at least twice a week. Just giving you Rams content, NFL news. Once the season starts, it'll be like every day we're streaming. We do a little bit of all 22. We do a little bit of just kind of reaction stuff, news that are happening, analysis, and then obviously Substack. Same name. Find us on Substack if you want to read. I know who doesn't love reading. Who doesn't love homework? And if you want some football homework, come over to our neck of the woods. But yeah, thank you, man. Appreciate you having me on.
Go check him out on everything. Seriously, he puts out just quality content. He's kind of just where I am looking to like model my stuff after. So a lot of the stuff you'll see from me is like most of the time it's inspiration coming straight from Tuna. So if you like what I do, I guarantee you Tuna does something 10 times better than I do. Just push out quality content. And if you don't check out Tuna, you're getting cold for Christmas. That's all I gotta say there.
You're getting a Jared Verse jersey for Christmas. That's what you're getting if you don't go.
Oh no! Which one? A Rams one or a Browns one? I can't tell.
An old Rams one.
Oh god, with the gradient.
Yeah, they're like $20 now. You can get one.
Find that one at the Ross Dress for Less here pretty soon.
There we go.
No, seriously, Tuna, thank you for coming on, kicking off this Connected With series. You might be going live with Joe tonight, so I'm going to make sure I catch that and catch up on whatever I need to catch up on. Maybe have that on my phone while I'm editing. Who knows?
There we go.
No, it was great to have you on. Kickstart this Connected With series. That's all from us. It's been Rune and Tuna. We will catch you in the next one. Peace, guys.
Later.